Welcome to part 3 of Salesmanship 101. I am Srisha. Making of a salesman. Of course, how do we make a salesman? Ginagawa ba ang salesman? As I have mentioned earlier in my previous video, a salesman is not boring. Bibihira. I mean, I think it is not born. It is something na deep-seated in your core. Kailangan may motivation. Kailangan yung motivation mo talagang centered doon sa what do I know about myself? Okay? How far can I go? How ready I am. How ready am I to face the world? Ganun kalalim ang pagiging salesman. It's not an ordinary thing. People ask around. How many percentage yung sasabihin mo, ano gusto mong trabaho? Gusto ko maging ahente. Gusto ko maging salesman. What percentage you think will you get? Diba? Ganun ba kalaki? Madalas yan, sa office, aircon, diba? Kaya mo mag-quote, pero pag sa labas ka, nagkahente ka, nag-sales ka, init, payong, unless magaling na magaling ka, mabibigyan ka kagad ng kotse. Plus, believe me, when I started as a med-rep class, ano ba? Tall, dark, and handsome ako. As in tall, very dark and handsome. Kasi bilat ako sa araw eh. Well, actually, kasi nagba-basketball din ako sa init ng araw. But, I was really dark at that time. Kasi, though, naturally, medyo, sabi ng nanay ko, mistisong bangus ako, I was dark because of my work. Okay, as a vendor. Now, how do you make a salesman? Kasi once you have established the parameters kung paano mo gagawin ang isang salesman, I'm sure you will be a successful salesman. Okay? Of course, the basic ingredient, the ultimate ingredient of being a salesman is having that sales personality. Sales personality class. And what is sales personality? When you say sales personality is the sum of a person's physical plus emotional, psychological plus social and intellectual traits class. Ulitin ko when we speak of sales personality, it is the sum of physical plus emotional plus psychological plus social plus intellectual traits, then equals favorable response equals effective salesmanship. That's it. Kailangan natin pag-aralan. Diba? Natin pag-aralan muna. Kailangan paghandaan ng isang tao kung ready kang maging salesman. Okay? Ano yun? Physical. I think I have to share this with you guys. I have to share this with you. That during my days as a mentor, I have to know kung ano yung weak side and strong side ko. It's a funny story, but plus, kung mapapansin nyo, nag-iisa lang yung dimple ko. I only have one dimple. So, ano yung angle ko? So, my angle, when I'm talking to the doctor, is this one. Ito kasi pinapakita ko yung may dimple ko. Okay? Meaning, halimbawa, mag-visit ako sa doctor. If I'm going to the doctor, class, hindi ako pwedeng upod. Hindi ako pwedeng, kung nandito yung doctor, hindi ka pwedeng ganito upo ko. Dapat nandito. Para nakikita yung dimple. Okay? It's a funny story, but it's effective. Why? Kasi pag nag-smile ako, at nakita ng doc, uy, may dimple ka tayo. Diba? Kahit sinong kausap ko class, if I show my dimple, it is somewhat a God-given gift. God-given gift, double. It's a gift from God. Not, in a way, humility side, it melts their heart. Hindi ko alam. So, thank you, Lord. It melts their heart to see my dimple. So, magiging magaan yung kanilang pakiramdam. And it starts a conversation. And that is important. Physical. Anything physical. Dapat tayo sa buhok mo. Dapat siguro mukha kang mabango. Like if you are selling medicine. Alam na naman class. Mukha akong may sakit, nagbebenta ka ng gamot. Diba? Mukha akong malinis. Parati yan class. When I was assigned as a medrep, lunchtime, umuwi kami. Why? To dress up again. To wash up, to clean our face. Kasi hindi ko pwede harap ka sa doktor. Ang babango ng mga doktor. Ang gaganda ng mga clinic, ang lalamig ng aircon. Eh kung buong araw kang nakabilad sa araw, pagdating mo sa hapon, panis ka na. But, kami, what we do is that in the morning, of course, first thing in the morning, mga 9 o'clock, mag-iis ka na, you prepare yourself, you smile in the mirror, you practice your smile, comb your hair properly, dress properly. Then, pagdating ng lunch, we go home, we eat, then balik, brush your teeth, and then, ligo ulit. Right? Plus, being in sales, yung experience ko nung, siyempre, upgraded salesman. Upgraded na ako eh. I was an upgraded salesman at that time. I have to dress properly because I was already dealing with doctor. And I can't afford na yung sira-sira ang damit. Okay, slash, pawis ka. Kung pawis ka man, carry a handkerchief. It's an old school thing to wipe yourself. Actually, tutuwa nga ako ngayon eh. Because I can see guys. Nakakita ko ngayon ng mga lalaki na nagpa-powder pa para mawala yung oil. Eh, nung time na yun, hindi ko ginagawa, masyado ako pa-bad boy. Bad boy look ako eh. Na, magpa-powder. But I carry a handkerchief to wipe my face. To remove the sweat and the oil in my face. And, nung time medyo makapal pa ang buhok ko, so I have to comb my hair and make sure that it's properly combed or well groomed. I brush my teeth, I have baon. Diba? Kasi minsan kumakain ka, hindi ka nagano'n chichirya, tapos yung pala may mga tinga-tinga ka. It's not a good sight if you are selling something, regardless of what you're selling. Diba? Kahit naman kahit naman yung mga magbabalot, diba? It's always pleasing to see them if they are malinis tignan. Diba? Kahit naman yung mga nasa kalendarya it's always nice to see them if they are dressed properly. Okay? And that is one physical trait or part of the so-called social personality that we have to understand. Number one is this. Who wants to buy from somebody? Bibili ako ng, kunyari class, nagbebenta ako ng toothbrush, tapos yung nagtitinda bungay. Diba? Okay? It is not a good sight. It is not a good sight kung ikaw ang bibili. Diba? Bibili ka ng pampakinis ng mukha. Tamo, look class, the Koreans, yung mga models, kailangan makikinis. Kaya yung mga Pilipino, atat bumili because feeling nila, they will have that Korean complexion. Kasi nga naman, pag nakita mo ba ako, ang gaganda ng mga kutis ng Korean. That's why we buy Korean product. I don't buy Korean product. Okay? But you have to know, you have to look at the mirror and know your strength and know your weakness. Okay? Know your good side, know your pogi side, and know your not so pogi side. Kaya ako parate, kahit sa inyo. Diba? If I smile, pinalalabas ko din po. In a way, baka lang naman. Baka lang ma-melt ang inyong puso. Emotional side of it. Plus, when you speak of the emotional side, You have to prepare yourself. Na, I think, ito yung pinaka-best example of preparing yourself in motion. Kahit ikaw ay may isang katerbang problema sa bahay class. When you go out of the house, and sell your product, you leave everything behind. You have to be emotionally ready, emotionally stable. Kasi hindi ba pwede class na malungkot ka? Lungkot does not have a place if you are selling to somebody. If you are going or looking for a prospective client. Because class, it will reflect doon sa appeal mo, sa dating mo nung araw na yan. It will show na malungkot ka. Our eyes are the windows of our soul. So alam mo, makikita ng tao pag ikaw ay malungkot. Makikita ng tao kung ikaw ay walang gana. Pag wala kang gana, you have to maintain a jolly feeling, a smiling attitude, a welcoming attitude. Wala yung emotion na high spirits, diba? Positive. Kasi pag negative ka, umaga mo lang, negative ka na. Hindi ako makakabenta. Otherwise, buong umaga ka nang bagsak yung mukha mo. Pero wow, this is a good day to sell. Diba? I will sell today. I will sell today. You feel high. Your emotions are high. And it will reflect. Before I forget, bago ako mag-move sa number 3, importante sa physical is kasama yung shoes. Okay? For me, it's a tip. If you are feeling professional for that day, wear balat shoes. So, kinabalat. Because your walk, your movements, class, kasama yun. Pag nakabalat ka, ibang movement. Pag naka-rubber shoes ka, ibang movement. Pag naka-slippers ka, ibang movement. Believe me, class. It's a 101 tip. Basic tip para sa inyo lahat. Okay? Now, going back, emotion. But if you feel loud, iba yung dating. If you feel lonely, huwag ka na magtinda ng araw din. Kung binbreak ka ng girlfriend mo ng araw, hindi ka na magtinda. Baka hindi ka pa makabenta, lalo ka pa makasama. Mag-away pa kayo ng prospective client. Diba? Now, psychological. You prepare psychologically. Yun yung sinasabi natin na positive. Kasama rin yun. Because psychologically, you prepare yourself na makakabenta ka. Positive yung mentality mo. Diba? Kasi, when you speak of emotion, alam mo makakabenta ka. High ka. Pero psychologically, you have to prepare yourself that you are going to sa positive ka na makakabenta ka. Psychologically, regardless kung anong marinig mo, positive or negative, tatanggapin mo siya. Bakit yung produkto mo? Thank you. Pero ito po yan. Diba? Hindi ka pwedeng ma-apektuhan. You cannot have that bad effect. You cannot accept that bad effect. Instead of accepting the bad effect, best you can do is convert it to positive. Ay, pangit ng produkto mo. Hindi naman to, doktor. Kasi ganito po yan. Diba? Ay, ganito, hindi naman nakagamot yan. Doktor, na-try ko naman po. And in fact, meron po kami research and study na nakakalihan. Nakakagaling po yan. Diba? Pangit ng kulay. Ay, doktor, relative po yan. Pakatingin mo po pangit ng kulay. Pero, mukha naman cute. Diba? Huwag kang mo kontra. Accept their comment, but try to counter it with a positive note. Diba? Hindi pa pwedeng tinatanggap nyo lang din na negative yung doktor. Like ako, class. One example, I have this I have this doctor na hindi ko siya pinupuntahan. I don't go to him, but he has 40 patients a day. But number one doctor siya, pero hindi ako makapunta kasi hindi niya ako pinapansin. Hindi niya ako pinapansin kasi yung company ko ayaw niya. So, nagkaroon ako ng chance to talk to him because we had a gathering. Kaibigan ko yung kaibigan niya na doktor. So, sinabi niya, parang nagsumbong. Sabi niya, kilala mo ba si Mark? Sabi niya, hindi naman nagpupunta sa akin yan. See? So, nag-usap kami. Sabi ko, doktor, kaya po ako hindi pumupunta sa inyo kasi minsan na po ako pumunta sa inyo. Hindi naman po nyo ako to pinansin. So, tas to maintain a respect para sa inyo. Ba't ko pa kayo pupunta kung hindi nyo rin naman ako tutulungan? At hindi nyo papansin yung product. I am straightforward to him, which he appreciates. Appreciate niya. Sabi niya, ganun ba? Ano ba yung produkto? I started talking about my product. And he liked it. After that, kino-consider niya na ako. Kasi yung trabaho namin, you ask the doctors to prescribe your medicine. Eh kung sa dami yan, meron siyang 40 patients. Makapag-reseta lang siya ng 5 pasyente. That is already sales. Ganun ang trabaho ng member. Okay? You should be psychologically prepared. And of course, yung psychological preparedness mo should be high and positive. Ganun ka-importante yung holistic approach in selling. What else? Social. Kompleto ka nga. Okay nga ang itsura mo. Okay nga ang emosyon mo. Okay nga ang iyong psychological preparedness. Wala ka namang social skills. Napaka-nabero mo naman. Diba? Napaka-taray mo naman. Mukha mo pala. Ang taray-taray mo na. Okay? Social skills. Greet everybody with a smile. Smile. Diba? It rubs off. It is a good icebreaker. Smile. Every morning, if you see people, good morning, good morning, nakakabata na, nakakasaya pa sa tao. Social skills. Oo nga, kumpleto ka, gwapo ka, pero ang taray mo naman. Nakakita na ba kayo ng gwapong mataray? Nakakita na ba yung nakala mo, handang-handa, pero kumakaas na, alam mo, yabang-yabang. Diba? That is social skills. You are ready to listen. Hindi lang ikaw yung nagsasalita, but you are ready to listen. Actually, I think, class, for me, I have to be honest with you. One of my major traits is listening. I love listening to people. I really love listening to people. Kahit sa inyo, I want to hear your stories. That's why I miss face-to-face. That's why I miss selling face-to-face. Because I want to hear your stories. I want to learn from you. Diba? So, emotional. Be ready to listen. Be prepared. Your social skills does not even stop from talking. It is equally important to listen to that person you are talking to. Diba? You start a conversation, then you listen to the conversation. You react to the conversation. And that is preparedness or personality with social skills. You know? Ganun ka-importante, lalo na sa sales. It's important that you know kung ano yung kailangan, yung need nung iyong kausap. Because, like right now, class, you have to understand, ano ba ang kailangan niya? Ano ba ang interest niya? Ano ba ang kanyang gusto? Meron ba siya interest bumili? Baka naman dagdag ka ng dagdag, isang oras ka na dumadagdag, hindi ka kasi nakikinig, hindi naman pala kailangan. O kabibili lang niya. O gusto niya yung competitor, o gusto niya yung important. Diba? It's important, hindi pa pwedeng dagdag ka ng dagdag. Try to understand the person you are talking to. Diba? It is not what you can say. At one point, you have to stop and you have to start listening. And that is a technique not only applicable to selling, but also to a relationship. Kaya yung mga boys, it's important that you listen. Girls, listen. Diba? Anong sabi? Anong sabi ni J. Hall? Listen, I'm in a crossroad. Tama ba? Diba? Listen. Listen. Okay? And last, of course, is intellectual traits. Intellectual traits is, of course, going to a battle prepared. Pag sumugod ka sa gera, handa ka dapat. Handa ka dapat. You know your product. You should know your product. You should know your clients. You should know your prospect. Alam mo dapat. Hindi ka pwedeng pumunta ka lang for the sake na gusto mong magbenta. Hindi ba pwede? When they ask you, para saan to? Saan gawa ito? Anong materials? All of this stuff, it should come from here. And it should come naturally, and it should come as if you really know the product. That's intellectual. Not only that, actually ako nga hindi nga products. It's knowing my client. It's knowing my customers. Diba? Sarado ng kurap ng mata. Ako class, okay. One example. Kita ko agad. He is a family person. Pagdating ko kagawa, Doktor, laki na ng anak mo. Kasi naka-display yung picture ng anak. Alam ko kagad na he is a family person. Binata ako at that time. I know. I can feel. I can see. I can may foresight kung ano yung ano niya. Nakita ka ng basketball, nakita sports, o kung ano man ang interest niya. He loves politics, but please, don't get into an argument pagdating sa politics and religion. Walang nananalo dun sa. Walang nananalo dun. And if hindi mo maiwasan, go with the flow. Respect each other's opinion. But it is one thing to argue, but it's another thing to respect another's opinion. Respect. Kanya-kanya tayo ng opinion. In my simple theory, everything is relative. Everything is relative. And when I say everything is relative, it may be 6 to you, but to me it's number 9. It may be number 6 to you, it may be number 9 to you. Diba? You know that? Oh. Nandiyan ka, tingin mo number 6, tingin ko number 9. So respect each other's opinion. Okay? It is a very important trait. It is a very important aspect that you respect. Kasi wala namang nanalo sa argumento. And believe me, class, kung hindi open-minded ang kausap, you will end up fighting. You will end up fighting with each other. Okay? Summing up all of these things, summing up all the physical, emotional, psychological, social, and intellectual traits, it is a sales personality. And if you get all these things, you'll get favorable response and effective salesmanship. Sinong makakatanggi sa'yo if you are an effective salesman? Diba? So easy to sell. What I miss ngayon mga panahon na ito, this pandemic, it's almost a year now, is the face-to-face. Because selling is really face-to-face. It's hypnosis. Hini-hypnotize kayo nung nagbebenta. Diba? Napapa-oo kayo. Wow. Kailangan mo pala. Kahit hindi mo kailangan. Kinakailangan mo ngayon. Because that is the magic of selling and that is the magic of salesmanship. If the person selling is truly yung bis na bihis, maayos, tapos ang ba binibenta? Name it. Ano ba binibenta? Bahay, lupa, kotse. Now, ang salesmanship class, yung online salesmanship, I feel bad. Di ba? May nakita ba kayo yung titinda na yung two-piece, yung babae, titinda na sapatos, pero kailangan ang two-piece. Is that salesmanship? That is just, or purely crap. Online selling, pure crap. Walang skills. Di ba? Meron pangasal. Nabili ka kasi gusto mo makita yung babae. Pag-uwi mo sa bahay. Di ba? Plus, salesmanship is truly a very noble profession. It is a noble profession. Whether it is a balot or medicine or even beer, or even alcoholic beverages, cars, houses, it is a noble profession because you deal with people. You talk to people. These are the people who exert effort, extra mile, para lang kausapin ka and to sell something sa'yo. For me, I'll share with you a picture of my new idol. Bago kong idolo actually. Nakakatawa kasi class. Bakit siya nakakatawa? Because class, you know what? I saw this poor guy selling taho. I saw this guy selling, and look kung paano siya nag-dress up class. Kita niyo ba? Galing, no? He's selling taho. He's wearing a mask, but he's dressed all white. Nice hat. Napabili ko yung taho. Ayoko bumili. In fact, he's not selling taho to me. He's not selling taho. But napabili ako, even without talking. It's the way he dressed, the way he carried himself. I'm really moved the way he's dressed. And that is salesmanship. And that is, for me, professional salesmanship. We're just selling taho, pero the way you dress. I'm really amazed. With all these skills, with all that I have mentioned, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Okay? This is salesmanship and sales personality. Thank you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.